Absolutely.
Would you agree that a lot of it went on with Trump?
With Trump? Oh, why you're obsessed with Trump?
I'm not obsessed with him, but I just want to have this discussion.
Oh, you're talking about lawfare. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough question that he put the country in, because as president, you don't want to go where so many other countries have gone, where the guy loses an election and now they prosecute him. Because
they prosecuted him while he was president also with 2 impeachments.
Yes, because
so
he does commit crimes. Fair.
Bill, these crimes that they allege, these are all nonsense.
They're not all nonsense. I just listed why they weren't.
No, let me. No,
you don't care. You just like him. I like who you like.
I don't like
listen
him.
to the logic about it or the facts.
No,
you just like him. It's okay.
I'll give
You're
you
entitled.
Bill Maher brought on Michael Franzese to talk to him on the Club Random podcast, and it was once again another mistake by Bill Maher, because Bill Maher gets absolutely stunned by what Michael has to say to Bill Maher on his show about the different, woke cult and just the fact that they have such insane TDS. So many different things do they talk about here on the Club Random podcast, and so many different topics where Bill Maher gets destroyed on. Let's get into this clip here where Michael Franzese absolutely destroys Bill Maher on multiple different things that he and the woke cult like to put out there.
Justice to target an individual and find out what crime he's committing. That's what they said. That's what's been going on in Lawfare for the past couple of years. But I can almost understand it, mafia, organized crime, because we were allegedly criminals at that time. So, hey, let me see what this guy is doing. We know he's doing something. We don't know quite what, but we'll figure it out. We'll investigate him. Because it's backwards. In our life, you didn't have a crime and then they go investigate it. They were investigating you to see what crime you might commit.
But the mafia was committing crimes. You deny that?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
extortion, loan sharking.
I'm saying you could almost say that's okay. All right, we know these guys are criminals. We don't know exactly what they're doing. We hear it. We have to find out. This is a criminal organization, so we'll target individuals and go after them. I would say kind of okay.
It was a fishing expedition where there were a lot of fish.
Correct. That's a good way to put it. Okay. But do you do that? Do you do that to legitimate people that are not involved with organized crime?
But you were involved.
No. But I'm saying I'm okaying that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But do you do that to legitimate people that are not involved in organized crime because you don't like them, because they disagree with you? They're not they don't have the same agenda.
No, that is wrong. And there is some.
I want you to remember what Bill Maher just said right here, where Michael Franzese makes the point that, yes, it's okay for them to go after people who are involved in organized crime. That's okay. But they're doing this to normal people who are not involved in any organized crime, who are not involved in crime at all, because they simply don't like them. Basically, what he's saying is they weaponize the DOJ against certain people, against certain politicians, and just people in general who they don't like, who they don't agree with politically or culturally or whatever the case is. And they're weaponizing the justice system against these people. And Bill Maher goes to say, yes, that is obviously very bad. I realize that is happening, and it is not okay for that to be happening. Remember that Bill Maher just said that, and then see what happens right after this.
Some of that does go on. Absolutely.
Would you agree that a lot of it went on with Trump?
With Trump? Oh, why you're obsessed with Trump?
I'm not obsessed with him, but I just want to have this discussion.
Oh, you're talking about lawfare. Well, I mean, it's a tough question that he put the country in, because as president, you don't want to go where so many other countries have gone, where the guy loses an election and now they prosecute him. Because
they prosecuted him while he was president also with 2 impeachments.
Yes, because he does commit crimes. See, this is the little fly in your ointment.
It's wild, man. The mental gymnastics is just insane. He literally just got Bill Maher to agree, and I guess his guard was down or something, because he got him to completely agree that, yes, it is wrong to weaponize the DOJ against people who you don't like. It is wrong to weaponize the DOJ against your political opponents. And then somehow it slipped his mind that they're doing that on Donald Trump. And that's okay. It's okay for these people who have TDS. It's okay for people like Bill Maher, who are part of the woke cult, who are, it's okay for them to do that against Donald Trump. But it's not okay for anything else. It's just okay against Donald Trump. It's just so wild, man. It's insane how their brains just absolutely break whenever the name Donald Trump is brought into conversation. It just doesn't make any sense.
Conceding the election, trying to get fake electors to show up when he knew, and every court told him you can't do that, that went to court over 60 times, laughed out of every court, pressuring the Justice Department, calling up the guy in Georgia, who was a Republican, the vote counter there, and saying to him, I need you to find 11,000 votes. It can't be more blatant than that, that these are crimes. I would also say, the Russia thing, even when he just said out loud, Russia, if you're listening, I wish you could help me with my campaign. We never did that before, Michael. You see, we ran our own campaigns.
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
We didn't bring in ringers from the outside. It's part of the original documents that the founding fathers wrote. We don't want any help from outside because we're going to handle this ourselves. Maybe the Republicans and the Democrats fight each other to the tooth and nail, but don't bring in somebody from the outside. He broke that. He broke so many laws, not to mention norms. So the idea that, well, it's just lawfare going after him. It's not lawfare if the guy actually did commit crimes. And again, you have to weigh that against what's the better tact, because you don't want to become that country where as soon as somebody leaves office, they prosecute them. What the president gets to do should have broad protection. That's true. Because when you're president, you do have to make difficult decisions, like we may have to bomb you. Mm-hmm. And so you can't, you know what?
It is lawfare because, number one, there was no real crimes committed. Maybe some, I don't know, ticky-tack crimes here and there, but like nothing crazy, It's all like, oh, you might have not paid the exact amount of tax dollars that you're supposed to pay to the cent. It's like, okay, but who really cares? If you look at the crimes that other presidents have committed, such as the Clintons or the Obamas, I mean, it's not even close. They're murdering innocent people. And look, I'm sure Donald Trump did make some calls, right? Donald Trump did make some calls where they did murder some innocent people. Okay, that is, it's basically impossible to get through an entire presidency without America murdering innocent people, which is crazy to say, but that is the state of the political landscape. That's just how it is. But the Obamas and the Clintons went out of their way to do that. I don't want to say it too many times, but it's the truth. And so not only did Donald Trump not commit crimes that these people are saying that he did commit, but also if we're going to go after presidents for committing crimes, why are we only going after Donald Trump? Why is that the only name that gets brought up? Why are we not prosecuting the Obamas or the Clintons or anyone who have committed actual atrocities to the human race? Why are we going after Donald Trump for these crimes that are not paying the proper amount of taxes and this other nonsense, whenever the Obamas and Clintons are doing actual bad things that probably should be prosecuted? So, yeah, I mean, I guess if you really want to go at him, I guess you could find something that he did wrong. But if we're doing this prosecuting, and also before he was president, before he was running for president, before he was a threat to the Democrats, they weren't thinking about prosecuting Donald Trump. Nobody cared about doing that. They only cared about doing that once he was a threat to Bill Maher's side of politics. That's the only time that he started to get, that prosecuting Donald Trump even came into question. And then, like I said, if we're going to start prosecuting former presidents and current presidents and things like that, should probably go look into the Obamas and the Clintons, and we should probably go back even further than that, because there's some actual atrocities to the human race committed by those people.
Okay, you can't just be called a war criminal for everybody you bomb. Sorry, that's just the way of the world. But he took it to a different level. So yes, I don't think it was all just lawfare.
Bill, these crimes that they allege, these are all nonsense.
They're not all nonsense. I just listed why they weren't.
No, let me. No,
you don't care. You just like him. I like who you like.
I don't like
listen
him.
to the logic about it or the facts.
No,
you just like him.
No,
it's okay.
I'll give
You're
you
entitled.
Let me give
just
you
don't
logic.
Bullshit me, man.
Let me give you logic and facts. Okay.
Yeah.
I told you I had 3 racketeering indictments. 3. Okay. I know the statute inside out and upside down.
We're back to you now.
No. I'm coming to a point. I will tell you this: the information and the evidence that was uncovered by the GOP investigation on Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and his family, there was more evidence than there was in any one of my racketeering indictments. Joe Biden is treasonous.
Yeah,
listen to me.
I agree. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, he's treasonous.
He's not treasonous.
Yes, he is. He sold out his vice presidency. That's treason. For money.
For fuck's sake. You just don't like him, so that's treason.
Bill,
but you're a guy.
Bill, no. Let me tell you. You know why I don't like him?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't like him because he's a liar. Now, let me finish my point.
I didn't say anything.
He's a liar. He was never competent to be president. He lied he lied about everything. The guy lied about.
I'm not a huge fan.
He lied about the laptop. He lied about everything. He had 51, him and his cohorts there, got 51 intelligence agents to lie about the laptop after they knew that the FBI had authenticated it. Absolute liar. Okay. As far as that, let me tell you this.
Not a huge fan.
He had 18 shell companies that did nothing. There was no brick and mortar behind him. There was no employees. All they did was collect money. How do I know about that? I had 21 shell companies when I was defrauding the government out of tax on every gallon of gas. I know the whole system. He sold out his vice presidency. He sold it out. He's treasonous.
Yeah,
and he lies. The guy lies. He don't even know how to tell the truth. And he destroyed the country.
Treasonous. If we were at war and he was selling secrets to them, we weren't.
Well, how do we know what he did for the money? Bill, how do we know he did for the money that he got?
He got his ne'er-do-well crackhead son a job in an energy company when he knew nothing about energy.
Is that okay?
It's not okay, but you have no perspective on what is the bigger crime. You just like the guy you like.
No,
so
I don't.
everything he does, you see through rose-colored glasses.
Bill, you're wrong.
And this other guy,
no, you're wrong.
It's okay. It's what most of the country is like.
I would tell you.
Just don't ask me to respect it as critical thinking.
I like Donald Trump for the policies that he put into this country, and I think during his time as a president, I didn't know him before that. I met him one time. 30 years ago with Roy Cohn.
You don't have, by the way, like what Michael Franzese is saying here is spot on. It's spot on. And of course, Bill Maher doesn't like it because he's a Joe Biden simp. He's a Kamala Harris simp. That's just who he is. That's what he stands for. So what Bill Maher is saying is that he's not treasonous because he didn't sell, we weren't at war. He didn't sell secrets to another country. You don't have to do that to commit treason. That's not how it works. Like, in my opinion, he did a lot of things that's treasonous for sure. But in my opinion, letting in illegal immigrants on purpose, just letting them pour into the country and making it very hard for individual states to enforce laws to get them out, giving them, sanctuary cities and things like that. And then also just kind of tossing the veterans to the side that are homeless and stuff like that at the same time as housing all these illegal immigrants. That's treasonous in itself, And then you look into all the other things that he did. It's like with causing inflation, causing gas prices to go up, causing crime to go up. There's so many different things that are treasonous that Joe Biden did and that the Democrats did. And of course, Bill Maher is not going to like that because he's Bill Maher at the end of the day. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about Michael Franzese going on Club Random Podcast, Bill Maher's podcast, and shutting him down when it comes to the Donald Trump issue, when it comes to multiple different issues that Bill Maher and the woke cult love to talk about. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this whole Michael Franzese versus Bill Maher situation.